All right, all right. It's Friday, January 12th, about 11 o'clock, West Coast. Um, Finishing for the day. I'm not going to continue trading. No trades today, flat day. And that's all right. It was really uh, just kind of a really choppy session today. And, again, another day where, plenty of trades that I could have taken if I'm just taking any trade. But because of a lot of what I talked about yesterday, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I think it was a good one, how I'm planning to move forward. I have a first step I need to do first, and that's the journey I'm on right now. And the first step is to get my first payout on a PA account with Apex. So this account right here is what I'm most focused and concentrated on. And right now I'm just doing what I said yesterday, which is I'm starting with one account per trade. And I start with my PA account, and I wait for the best looking setup to take my first trade, which is the PA account, like I just said. And when I get my first win on the PA account, hopefully it's a win, when I take the trade, then I move on to the next account, which is an evaluation. Now I'm just going to trade one account at a time. So based on what I was thinking and saying yesterday, once I get past the stage of getting my first trade on the PA account, it's at that point where I plan to start just taking every entry I see. And unfortunately today, I never came across a setup that I really liked enough to take on the PA. And so at about 9:30, I switched my PA off and I went to a evaluation account instead. But just it's been really choppy. Since since we got to this level at 8:45, it's really just chopped back and forth. You can see over an hour and a half it stayed in that level there. So I just wasn't happy to see anything in here on any of my different charts, and so I just decided to stay out of it. But there were things I could have taken in here that would have worked. So, but yeah. Again, by the time it was 9:30, so I stopped here. So really, there just wasn't a lot of price action, and then we started making this move up. I just didn't see anything that I wanted to take, and it's just really, just overlapping bars and not good price action for what I'm doing, regardless of which charts I'm using. So the great thing, though, what I'm happy about and why that's not bothering me today is I did have a 5-0 week. And 5-0 week for me, considering, if you look at my history, I probably average, over the past 3 years, I probably average like 2 or 3 trades a week, I'm guessing. So 5 trades is already an improvement for me. And last week I had, last week I had 12 trades. Yeah, because I have 17 trades overall now. So last week I had 12 trades. This week I had 5 trades. I did have 3 losses since I've started trading the strategy on YouTube. I am now 14-3 overall since yesterday, since no trades today, 5-0 for the week, like I said. And on my PA account, I hadn't taken any trades on this PA account with my old system. So every trade I've taken is with the BS system that I'm trading now. And I'm making basically $100 per trade because I'm just scalping with 2 contracts. So as you can see here, that means I've made $1,400. That's what I'm up. And that means I've done 14 trades. And I haven't lost on this PA account since I've started this strategy. And so 14 trades in a row on the PA account without a loss. I know I'm going slow, and I'm just, like I talked about yesterday, I'm going slow and steady, getting 1 trade a day now. When I get my 1 trade on the PA and it's a win, I move on to another account. So I'm just, sitting patiently and waiting for the best entry that I see for the day. And when I see that first best entry, I take it on this account. And that's been getting me consistent wins, 100% with this system since I started 3 weeks ago using it. So that's a lot of, that's making me feel like I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm doing what I need to do to secure my first payout with Apex. And then once I've got that in place, my gears are going to switch into what I was really talking about yesterday, which is going to start taking every first good entry I see and cycle through the accounts one by one by one. Right now, I have a total of four live evaluations that are active, and my one PA that is active. And then as I move forward, as you can see, I have some other accounts here, 26, 27, 28, 29 are all inactive right now because I blew them up at the end of last year. And so when these renew, they'll come back online as active accounts with reset to starting balances, and I'll start putting those in the rotation. So that's another 4 accounts. So at that point, if I haven't passed any evaluations yet, when those become active, I will have 8 active evaluations and 1 active PA. And at some point through all of that, hopefully I'll get to a payout, and then that will cover any new fees that I incur for new PA fees or the renewals. And then I will get the ball rolling on my game plan, which is to now trade 4 contracts, which will be max contracts on each of the 25K accounts. I do have a couple 50K account evaluations as well. So I'm not planning to switch to like max or 8 contracts on my 50Ks just yet. I want to work on the 4 max contracts for the 25Ks, and I'll do the same thing on my 50Ks. I'll just do them consistently the same for starters, because what I want to see is what my account loss rate is going to be doing this, because essentially, depending on the risk size of each trade, I may or may not blow up a 25K account on a single trade. But if I don't blow it up on a single trade, I will have drastically hurt the drawdown by, I'm guessing, at least 2/3. So I might have like 500 left in drawdown after a loss on the 25Ks, something like that, hopefully. And so I want to see what my loss rate is, when I get to eventually when I have 9 active accounts and I'm just taking every trade. So essentially I'm looking for 9 trades in a day, 1 on each account. And when I've got into 1 win, hopefully on each account, and have done 9 trades, if they're all winners, that will be where I stop for the day. If I get a loser on an account, how it works is, for me, I'm just going to go to the next account regardless, because the odds say that the next trade I take should be a winner again. So what I would do most likely is cycle through all the accounts so that they all get their 1 trade for the day. And then it'll be a judgment call based on what the market looks like, what my charts look like, how successful the charts are for the day, whether I go back to the account that had a loss and perhaps try to trade it again to get it back to break even, or get some of it back, or I don't know, or maybe even try to get it to a profitable day. I'll have to kind of feel that out and see how it goes, depending on how often I do get a loss in a day, and just go with what I feel is right. But ultimately, the concept is to lock in the profits for each account. I only need the profits of 1 trade a day to be able to pass an account in 7 days, or to be able to qualify for a payout in 10 days on the PA accounts. And so the theory will be that when I have good charts, that I'm not going to run into a loss. And when I do run into a loss, the chance I'm going to run into a second loss is much less. And also the chance I run into a second loss on the same account is even much less. And so as I cycle through, if I don't blow up the account on a single trade, there is a chance for recovery. And then, just the odds, because it's kind of a patchwork of trading the account, just the odds of like, losing an account through that process, I think will work out in my favor. And I talked about this again yesterday. I don't want this to be a long video today because I'm ready to go start my weekend. But just using the example of 10 accounts, if you have 10 PA accounts and your average fee to have gotten to the point of getting that PA account activated is $200 each, and that's based on like the 80 or 90% discounts, not the 71%. Although I think it can still roughly be including the 71% if you do the monthly fee for the PA. But let's just say it's $200 and you have 10 accounts. That means you're in for $2,000 of fees is your maximum risk on those 10 accounts. Well, if you get, and this is using the 50K account examples, if you get two 50K accounts to qualify for payout and take max payout on both of those, that's $4,000 for that payout period, and you've only spent $2,000 for the 10 accounts. So right there, you are now profitable by $2,000 with no further risk, and you still have, those two accounts to potentially be able to bring back to life to get the drawdown back up again with more trades. Maybe not. Maybe you blow them up, but the potential is still there. So you might even be able to make more than that just based on that batch of 10 accounts. And that's just given if you lose 8 of the 10 accounts. And in theory, I think you would probably not lose 8 out of the 10 accounts. I think you'd probably lose somewhat less of that. So that's the theory. And the game is to just get payouts and keep evaluations going and always have more ready to go. And, so the same theory applies on 20 accounts, so anyway, that's my thought process. This is just following my trading journey. I'm not going to be looking to teach anyone how to trade the way I trade. This is still new to me. If you were watching my videos from September to the end of last year, you saw I was trading a different system that I had come up with, and it worked great for 2 months, and then it blew up in my face. And the real problem with that was, for me, in trading prop firms in Apex, is I was getting so very few trades, maybe a trade or 2 or 3 a week by a certain point, that if you got a loss, and it takes X amount of trades to make up the one loss, and you're only getting 1, 2, or 3 trades a week, you're in quicksand. You're not going to get anywhere. So it to me became a strategy that doesn't work for me. Now, I never traded runners on it, and there were some big runners that I possibly could have gotten using that system. So there might be a point where I'll revisit that with runners and see. But right now, what I'm doing as of 2024, also I was trading ES before, now I'm trading NQ. What I'm doing now just seems like it has a lot of promise for me. Out of 17 trades, I've lost 3 so far in 2024, and 2 of those 3 I could have avoided with the rules that I apply. And so I think there will still be a limited rule set that I will apply, where if I just know based on my knowledge of price action at this point, 3 years into studying price action, if I just know it's a bad trade, I definitely shouldn't take the trade, I'm not going to take it. So there will be some skipping of trades, but primarily I'm going to apply that in very rare instances, very specific instances. So that's the game plan. The 1-day pass is over for evaluations on Apex. It seems to be their new promotion that they want to run, and it seems like they're going to stick with the 71% discount, which isn't bad. They've trained me so much in the past year since I started trading last April, that they run the 80 and 90% so often last year that they've conditioned me to only want to buy evaluations when they're 80 or 90%. And currently, all of the evaluations that I currently have all renew at 80%. So for me, there's no reason to ever buy a 71% discount currently. And if the horrible thing happens that my PA blows up, that gives you an 80% code as well for 1 month. So that's the deal here. And I think I've said it all. I'm excited I had a 5-0 week. I know there was a blip yesterday, so there can be an argument that it's 4-1. But no matter how you look at it, every trade I took worked for my scalp. And that's the key. That's the key to judging whether the system is working, and that's why I'm calling it a 5-0 week. And then even besides that, I did get that runner yesterday, which made up for the blip. So I essentially got more than what a 5-0 scalp week would have been anyway. Anyway, that's it for me. If you're enjoying watching this journey I'm on, like or subscribe if you haven't already. And have a good weekend otherwise. And Monday is a holiday. It's a short trading session on futures, so I'm not going to be trading Monday. I'll just be skipping it. Usually it's very low volume and not worth trading, so I'm not even going to open the chart or look at it. I'm just going to wait till Tuesday. So I'll be back at it Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.